Greetings of the day. In the last video lecture of Business Finance Second, we have discussed about the types or classification of financial markets in India. In today's lecture, we will start with the first type of financial market, that is money market. Today's topic for our discussion in this video lecture would be what is money market, what are its features, what are the various functions which are to be performed by money market, and which are the various instruments or securities which are usually traded in the money market. Starting with the definition of the money market, it is a market where usually short-term and highly liquid financial instrument or securities are traded with a maturity of maximum up to 1 year. That is what is the definition of money market. It is a market usually for the short term funds where lending and borrowing of the funds can vary from overnight fund requirement to 1 year. It is an important part of the financial system because it keeps on refueling the short term and very short term needs of the various corporates, companies, banks, financial institutions, government agencies, and so forth. These institutions which are in requirement of short-term funds, it can be for a day, it can be for 1 week, 15 days, 1 year, whatever may be the term in the maximum limit up to 1 year can be raised or can be lent in the particularly money market. It is that section of financial market where instrument which has high liquidity and short-term maturity are generally traded with a maturity of maximum, as discussed earlier, should not be more than 1 year. That is the definition of the financial market. Moving to its features of money market, the very first feature of the money market is it is a short-term market because all the securities which are having a maximum maturity of 1 year are bought and sold in the money market, and hence it is termed as short-term market. Second feature is it is an wholesale market. Why wholesale market? Because usually the transaction volume of the money market is quite large and the size of transaction is bigger, and hence it is termed as wholesale market. Usually when a bank is in need of large amount of funds, when RBI has increased the cash reserve ratio or statutory liquidity ratio, bank can came to even though money market for the purpose of raising short term funds for the meeting of the criteria of the RBI. They can come, they can ask for the money from the market and they can raise the funds. That is why the volume of transaction is usually in crores in the money market. Next is there are many participants which are involved in the money market, like commercial bank, life insurance corporation, that is LIC, general insurance corporation, GIC, Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI, other financial institutions like NBFCs, non-banking financial institutions, then non-banking financial intermediaries, corporate bankers, export-import banks, indigenous lenders, and so on. Everyone has their own different needs, and that is why there are various participants involved in the market. Next is there are common instrument of the money market like call money, commercial paper, treasury bills, bills of exchange, certificates of deposits, or any other short-term financial instrument or security which are highly liquid and whose maturity period is not more than 1 year. This we are going to have a look on these things in the part of instrument of money market. Next is the fast settlement of the transaction. Trading is usually take place on the phone, after which written confirmation is done by way of email. Therefore it is quite easy to execute the transaction very easily and settle them. Transactions settlement is quite easy because of this electronic medium which have arisen for the development of the money market. Then there is no fixed geographical location or limitation. As we have discussed, there is an electronic medium used for the purpose of the trading. Hence, there is no geographical boundary. As such, we don't have to reach to the market for the purpose of selling or buying of any kind of security or raising of the funds. It can be done through telephonic or telephonic talks, emails, or any other way. That is why it is quite easy for the purpose of raising or what we can say. It is quite easy to transact in the money market. Now, next comes the functions of the financial market. We all know that the primary function, as discussed in the definition of the money market, is to provide short-term liquidity to the participants which are involved in the transaction. But here we will discuss all the functions in detail. The very first function is financing short-term funds. The very first and primary function of the financial market is to provide financing to local and international traders who are in urgent need of short-term funds. Here traders can be anyone. It can be NBFCs, it can be financial institution, government agencies, MNCs, corporates, companies, LIC companies. It can be anyone who can come to financial market for the purpose of raising short-term funds, which is been provided in the money market. It provides the facility of discount on bill of exchange and immediate financing to pay off goods or services. Normally, international traders also benefit from the financial market as for the purpose of raising of the funds. The money market also makes funds available for other units of economy such as agriculture and small scale industries. Second function is of effective implementation of central bank policies, that means the policies of RBI, who is responsible for guiding the monetary policy of the country and making healthy financial system. Through money market, RBI can perform its policy making function properly. For say, we can say that if the interest rate in the money market represents the condition in the banking industry and guide the RBI in development of appropriate interest rate policy. This market helps RBI to influence other markets and implements its monetary policy objective. Whenever RBI wants to control the interest rate, they usually can control by way of changing the interest rate in the money market. Then it is quite necessary for the development of the capital market, because short-term rate of interest and the conditions in the money market influence the long-term interest rate as well as the resource mobilization in the capital market. And hence, for the development of the capital market, it is quite necessary upon the existence and the strong performance of the money market. Next is the growth of trade and industry. It is usually money market provides easy avenue where business can obtain short-term loans or finance their particular need. It can be related with working capital or any other thing. As the volume of transactions are quite large, businesses can experience cash shortage related to buying of raw material or any other short-term necessity. Through the various instruments which can be available to them, they can easily borrow money from the money market by way of borrowing on short-term basis. This market does not provide long-term loans, but it definitely has influence on the capital market and also helps the businesses to fulfill their short-term needs. The capital market benchmarks its interest rates based upon the interest rate in the money market, and hence it has influence on the growth of trade and industry in the capital market also. Last is the self-sufficiency of the commercial bank. The money market provides commercial bank with the ready market where they can invest their excessive reserves and earn interest without affecting their liquidity. Short-term investment like bills of exchange can easily be converted into cash to support customer withdrawals. Whenever there is a liquidity problem, bank can also come to money market for the purpose of raising of short-term funds, and it can also serve as an alternative to borrowing from the central bank also, that is RBI. The money market interest rate are usually lower, which can serve as an advantage to the commercial banks than the interest rate of central bank, and hence central bank can go for the self sufficiency with regard to the money market. Next comes the instrument which are usually traded in the money market. The very first instrument is the treasury bill. It is considered usually one of the safest what we can say money market instrument and negotiable financial asset, as they are usually issued by the Central Bank of India on the behalf of government, hence fully guaranteed. They are usually issued with fixed maturity to finance the government, central government's what we can say needs or requirement or deficits. They can have maturity of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months or 12 months. Usually the treasury bills are sold at discount to their face value, and as the term upon the maturity, they are purchased by the bank at the on the maturity. They are redeemed at the face value. The difference between the discount value and the face value is usually represents the interest rate which a customer can avail as an profit. They are usually purchased by banks, brokers, dealers, individual investors, insurance companies or other large institution or any other financial institution. Second thing is the commercial bills. Commercial bills can also be termed as bills of exchange, which is again an negotiable instrument for the financing of the business. But when the goods are brought on the credit basis, this bill of exchange improves the liquidity for the purpose of making payment on the specific date to the holder of the bill. Next is the commercial paper. It is an unsecured promissory note issued by the large and only highly credit worthy institutions or the companies to finance their short term needs. For it may be for any inventory holding or for accounts payable. Again, it is issued at discount from a discount by the company to the face value and redeemed at the face value, and the difference being the profit margin to the investors. But there is an strict regulation with regard to issue of commercial paper. Only institution with high credit rating can issue the commercial paper, making it safe investment. Though it is an unsecured, individual investors can invest in the commercial paper indirectly through money market fund, not directly. Usually the maturity of money commercial paper can be from 1 month to 9 month maximum. Next is the certificate of deposits, that is CD. It is again a negotiable unsecured instrument issued by commercial bank, but it can be purchased through brokerage fund. Again, its maturity can be from 15 days to 1 year and can be issued at in any denomination. Usually all the commercial certificate of deposits has a fixed maturity date and interest rate. Again, they attract a penalty for withdrawing prior the time of maturity. It means that if it is been redeemed before the maturity, there would be a penalty on the issuing bank. Next is the notice and call money. This notice and call money is raised or borrowed on demand for a very short term period, which can range from 1 day to 14 days. Then it may be called as notice money. When it exceeds 14 days, it can be termed as call money. Usually this notice and call money can be called by commercial bank for the purpose of maintaining the liquidity or cash ratio in the banks as per the revision rates of RBI. It can be raised overnight, hence it is known as notice and call money. It is simply notice money can be raised by giving just a notice in the market. Usually bulk amount of funds which are required by bank can be raised through notice and call money. Next is the banker's acceptance. A banker's acceptance again is a short term debt instrument issued by non financial institution but usually guaranteed by commercial banks. It provides the right bearer the right to money indicated on the what we can say indicated on its face at the specified date. It is usually used for international trade the date of maturity of bank's acceptance can be from 1 month to 6 months from the date of issue. Last is the repurchase agreement. A repurchase agreement is a short-term form of borrowing which involves selling of security with an agreement to repurchase it at a higher price on a specified or later date. It is usually used by dealers in government security who sell treasury bills to a lender and agree to repurchase them at an agreed price and at a later date. Usually, central bank buys repurchase agreement as a way of regulating the money market, as a way of regulating the money supply and the bank's reserve. Again, the maturity dates of repurchase agreement can be from overnight to 30 days, or it can even be extended to any more period. These are the various instruments which can be traded in the money market. More of it are the treasury bills, commercial paper, and notice and call money. In the next lecture, we will look after the capital market. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.